Hey guys, welcome to Nerdcast where we nerd out about various topics. Today I have Pranit and Akash with me and we are going to discuss the rise of artificial intelligence.
But you think of it if you plan to let's just release AI for your camera, which will
Yeah,
click better pictures on your
yeah,
iPhone,
Mm,
yeah,
and you release it.
yeah,
You have 2 billion people, right? Two
yeah,
billion devices,
yeah,
and almost every device will use it because it's a normal usage thing.
yeah.
yeah.
And but
So
It's
what?
like it's like what
yeah,
Google did to the camera, right? Like they
yeah,
just
exactly.
use their
Computational
photos,
photography.
yeah,
Yeah.
computational photography
तो
and stuff.
एक्चुअली उससे ही मेरे को आई वांट टू ब्रिंग अप वन मोर टॉपिक तो वहां से देन देयर आर टू इश्यूज दैट कम अप तो let's talk about one at a time. So one is the bias of the makers of that AI, and one is the what you call legal side of things. So let us look at the bias. So one example I would give कि MKBHD हर साल कैमरा के रिव्यूज निकालता है. He talks
Mm.
about the camera, like the camera awards and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And what he has always noted is that जो
Bright,
कैमरास
bright
उसकी शक्ल
pictures.
को like it doesn't show him as an actual black
Yeah.
person. It gets scored higher in by the people also, but also that's what people like more majorities of the smartphone like developers, like camera developers actually have paved their AI towards. तो it shows that कि तुम्हारा AI जो है वो white people के लिए ही बना था. तो वो inherent bias. Another bias that I would give is अगर तुम chat GPT से कुछ भी पूछते हो like a political thing, so it's obviously like based on the जो उनके जो biases है, like suppose we are all biased towards Biden compared to Trump, obviously that's obvious. But if you are expecting if you are looking towards an AI or something, you would expect that to be a neutral body, like you expect
Yeah.
decent journalism to be neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Not expecting decent journalism in India, but that's another thing. But you would expect decent journalism to be neutral, right? So that way you would want that the AI that you're talking to is a neutral thing. But someone actually, like yesterday only, he just said, give us a joke about Biden. And they were like, sorry, OpenAI doesn't endorse joking, making political comments or something. And वैसे give me a Trump joke, and there was a Trump joke. So the point is, yes, we would all enjoy it, obviously, but ये हमारा bias है, right? This is our bias, and that has shown into that has crept into
Because
the AI.
this again goes to into a legal thing जहाँ पे let's say Biden is a president right now, but if you
Yeah,
ask the same thing with let's say Barack Obama, it
yeah,
will give you a joke
yeah.
because right now they are not in power.
Power,
Now
yeah,
who is in power, that the
yeah,
political party that is in power or the person who is in power, if you joke
yeah,
about them, it is a
yeah,
criminal offense. But if you
yeah,
joke about certain ex PM,
yeah.
ex president, it is not.
Not.
In
And
general,
another
wherever you go,
another example that I would give is I think chat GPT का ही पिछला वर्जन जो भी ओपन एआई ने रिलीज किया था, it released for a temporary amount of time, and what happened is someone asked about bomb making recipe, मतलब concept, and वो बॉम्ब का पूरा प्रोसेस बता दिया कि बॉम्ब को कहाँ से लाना है. कि किसी ने पूछा कि न्यूक्लियर कैसे शुरू करना है, and it gave the entire process, मतलब नेट से like if I want to make a nuclear bomb, मेरे को सालों लग जाएंगे रिसर्च करने में, तो कहाँ से मिलेगा. उस एआई ने पटक के डाल दी कि यहाँ से
See,
जाओ, ऐसे यहाँ पर ये मिलेगा, ऐसे करके यू कैन
see,
फाइंड आउट द
chat,
एग्जैक्ट
chat,
राइट प्रोसेस.
chat GPT
तो
kind of gives the same vibes as Ultron to me. Like Ultron was on the internet for 5 seconds and it's like, I want to destroy this world
या
yeah,
because it saw all the horrible things as well as the good things. And so, see, AI can be another Skynet even.
it's on you
काइनेट
how you
वो
use
पूरा
it.
Yeah,
लाइक इट्स
it's on.
मतलब ये तो मतलब लेजेंड वही है ना कि टर्मिनेटर जेनेसिस का ही पूरा लाइक रिक्रिएशन हो रहा है अपने माइंड अपने सामने, लाइक
And
वही स्काईनेट
वो भी
बन रहा है.
करता है, that is it is not far away. If
या
that is if somebody is smart enough, और वो जो हम लोगों ने विलन्स देखे हैं मूवीज में,
हाँ हाँ
I guess if somebody is smart enough to plan something like that,
या
I don't think it is very far away.
या
वो तो
मतलब
बहुत easy है बनाने
जस्ट
के लिए.
इमेजिन अगर इफ आई जस्ट बाय अ टन ऑफ बॉस्टन डायनामिक्स वाले जो डॉग्स है, एंड आई जस्ट फीड देम द नेगेटिव पार्ट ऑफ इट. अभी बीच में हुआ था दैट समवन हैड एक्चुअली आर्म्ड like an AK-47 or something, like an AR in onto a Boston Dynamics dog, and अभी वो बात चल रही है to make it legalized by the like पुलिस को अलाउ करने को यूज करने के लिए, and I'm like no, this can be taken in a negative connotation very
Yeah.
easily.
This reminds me
बहुत
of a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Black Mirror, I guess AI has been shown in Black Mirror on every episode, almost
Yeah,
every episode
yeah.
where you have technology in it.
But
That
like
is,
apart from that, another point that comes into my mind is legal. So the thing is कि AI जो भी चैट जीपीटी जहाँ से भी डेटा ले रहा है, चैट जीपीटी एंड स्टेबल डिफ्यूजन जो तुम्हारा इमेजेस वाला है, it's it try to scour all over the internet for the data, right? अब suppose if I ask chat GPT कि मुझे इस टॉपिक पे कुछ लिखना है, it will scour through the internet, it will just spin the words or something and it will just write about that topic. But
yeah.
उसने उस टॉपिक का जो रिसर्च लिया होगा, it must have taken it from some research paper or something,
Yeah.
which we haven't credited to, right? We haven't credited that person. और in terms of stable diffusion, वो जो इमेज जो उसने जनरेट करी, उसने कितने आर्टिस्ट के अलग अलग रेंडिशंस को यूज करके फिगर आउट किया, हम इसको कंबाइन करके वी विल मेक दिस without any accreditation to those artists, and those artists also deserve to be paid for what they have done, right? Like
Yeah.
अगर and the same way you can ask for example, अगर मुझे हैरी पॉटर की नेक्स्ट मूवी चाहिए, I can just ask ChatGPT to write me a script for the entire Harry Potter movie. Suppose if I want to talk about, if I want to write a new novel based on like what Dan Brown had done, like based on, I can just input, like tell him कि ये सारी book पढ़ लो, and then I can just ask him to write a new novel based on
Yeah.
some Greek
Yeah,
mythology
just
or something.
give him the data, and based on the data, it will fetch the new data.
Yeah, and it will just create. So now the Dan Brown also deserve to be credited and paid for their
This
work
is
being made.
again, this might be a thing where, let's say अभी you are an artist, you want to make a painting,
Yeah.
you are inspired by Picasso.
Yeah.
Do you give your credits to Picasso?
So
You
the
are
point is
inspired by him, right?
there's a difference between inspired and legit copying. So वही एक example I would
नहीं,
give कि Getty image.
legit copying रहेगा
हाँ
तो
तो
obviously ये रहेगा.
Getty images ने अभी कोर्ट को sue किया है, मतलब like it sued this OpenAI in US Supreme Court or something, and it did, the point that it brought up was that कि जो भी output जो AI दे रहा है, उसमें Getty images का watermark भी वो बना के दे रहा है, so that shows कि Getty images की वो photograph उसने legit उठाई है.
Yeah.
और उसने
If
देखा
that
कि
is the
कि a
case,
lot of
that's
Getty images की फोटोज में एक कॉर्नर में ग्रे कलर का वाटरमार्क होता है, तो now it just recreated that. But
yeah.
it basically stole from that, right? And it didn't take their consent कि वो information use करनी है कि नहीं.
Yeah.
It's a big legal
Yeah, there is an issue obviously. अगर मतलब there is, दोनों तरफ से fight हो सकता है कि it is legal or it is not.
Yeah.
दोनों तरफ से उतना ही argument हो सकता है. Now just that who will decide it? Who has the upper hand towards technology? Like let's say US ने decide किया और India ने नहीं किया. Will it be different in India and different in US? वो laws कहाँ से लाएंगे?
I think mostly what happens is when one does it, the other kind of follows.
Yeah, usually it
because
happens.
यूएस फॉर एग्जांपल मैं सिंपल सा दूंगा कि लाइटनिंग से यूएस मतलब जो यूएसबी-सी का जो मैंडेटरी वो है, यू ने किया एंड नाउ इंडिया फॉलोड, राइट?
Yeah.
If you could go for it, mostly it will happen that the other courts will also follow suit. And what happens is कि अगर इंडिया में नहीं है and यूएस में है, तो mostly companies will follow the US law because majority of the users would be there.
Yeah, that's true. But अगर करना ही है, if I make it in India and I export it to US.
Yeah. नहीं वो again it won't work ना, because you are actually earning from your US employee. ना तो the same way TikTok है, तो TikTok इंडिया में banned है, right? So what needs to be done is like there needs to be a legal conversation surrounding the same, as well as the bias wala conversation is also needed. But yes, the point is that the growth of this AI is inevitable. Right?
Yeah.
तो अगर हमने अभी कंप्यूटेशनल फोटोग्राफी में देख लिया इन टर्म्स ऑफ, मैं अगर हम चैट जीपीटी को भी भूल जाए फॉर अ व्हाइल और पहले भी चले जाए, इवन योर ईमेल्स के ऑटो रिप्लाईज राइट नाउ इट्स वेरी इजी कि इट नोज कि तुम्हारा कॉन्वर्सेशन क्या चल रहा है, कॉन्टेक्चुअली इट विल टेल यू कि ये रिप्लाई कर दो. और स्पेशली योर असिस्टेंट्स एंड योर व्हाट यू कॉल स्मार्ट होम डिवाइसेस, ये सब भी ऑलरेडी काफी एआई से इट नोज कि तुम कब घर आने वाले हो, इट विल ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट हीटिंग अप योर home or cooling up your home if you can set it up like that. So there are a lot of possibilities, but it is inevitable that its growth hogi hi
See,
hogi.
there is one more thing I'd like to point out, that like we talked about this nuclear thing where it just gives everything about it or related information on it, right? One more thing I'm willing to suggest here is like whoever is working on it, they should be aware of what they are feeding their system, right? Like legalization and all that like aside, but like you cannot like this bomb creation, or you can say where do you get guns, like you cannot feed that data to
Yeah, so like
your
that's a
AI.
filter at Google, right?
Yeah,
You can't search for guns. It is
yeah,
banned, or it is
and
Yeah,
not allowed if you want to turn advanced
yeah,
search on.
yeah,
exactly. That filter is not there. Like they are up in the game, but they still have a long way to go.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
So like it's like even Google पे अगर तुम लोगों ने same search किया and advanced search पे on कर दिया, you still have that option to
yeah,
uh, like search those things.
yeah. वो
yep,
फिल्टर करने का तो ऑप्शन है भी, मतलब या
हाँ, ऑप्शन
yeah,
तो है। मतलब चैट जीपीटी ऐसा कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, या फिर कोई है
yeah,
ऐसा नहीं कर रहा है कि कहीं और से इंफॉर्मेशन लेके आ रहा है। दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल टू
available.
यू,
या
जस्ट गिविंग यू दैट एक्सेस। दैट्स इट।
या
Yeah, nahi, despite knowing the age of the person or like what is his motive or anything like that, it just directly gives the data. And
या
या
yeah, so there is a, you know, small
and the
still
amount
a
next
of
long way
step
to
to
go.
that,
difference.
like, and the next step to the advent of AI is like what आजकल like there are AI that actually uses, they can just have a recording of your voice and then it can create like whatever you write, and you can just say
Yeah,
that sentence in that voice. And
Yeah.
same thing is with deep fakes, तो videos भी create हो जाते हैं। तो what I'm thinking कि 2 साल के बाद तो हमको काम ही नहीं करना पड़ेगा, चैट जीपीटी के बोलेंगे कि पॉडकास्ट का स्क्रिप्ट बना दो और फिर
Yes.
डाल देंगे कि इसने प्रणीत, गुरमीत और आकाश को डीप फेक कर दो, पॉडकास्ट बनकर आ जाएगा,
आवाज भी डाल दो।
अपलोड कर लो।
They are doing this in advertising, I guess, where they are शाहरुख खान ने एक एड शूट किया है जहाँ पे
या
लिप मूवमेंट उसने किया है, दैट्स इट।
या
yeah,
एंड अगर कुछ लोकल ऐड डालना है
या
तो मैं बस डालूंगा कि अच्छा मेरा
या
ये
सेम
ऐड
चीज
डाल दे।
जोमेटो का भी ऐड था ऋतिक रोशन के साथ, दैट वाज आल्सो लाइक लोकलाइज फॉर ईच ऑफ द रीजन
अच्छा,
लाइक दैट
तो
आल्सो।
ये सब इट इज पॉसिबल एंड इट इज हैपनिंग ऑलरेडी।
या
yeah.
तो मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि फिर 2 साल बाद मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ेगी पॉडकास्ट बनाने के लिए। या
हो सकता है, हो सकता है।
Hopefully
मे
so.
बी थर्ड सीजन पावर्ड बाय एआई।
हाँ, पावर्ड
हो
बाय
सकता
चैट जीपीटी।
है।
तब तक
यस।
स्पॉन्सर्स भी आ जाएंगे, क्या पता। So anyway, this was our discussion on the rise of AI, and let's see what happens in the future. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next episode.